Hey, what's up everybody? Joe here, Average Joe's Garage. Welcome to another video. So, got a little something to do. That's right, wood truck has returned. This time, just want to do intake gaskets because he had a coolant leak. He showed me here the other week, and I was running down all this side, and it looked like it was coming up here from around the intake. And these 430 V6s are known for having intake leaks right there, coolant passage. So I mean, that's anything I can figure. It looked dry around the thermostat housing there. So I just want to tear into it and change out the intake gaskets and everything. I'll probably do that thermostat housing gasket too, just to be safe. But I figure if I take care of all that, there shouldn't be a leak up here. The hose is tight, everything. I think it always did have like a slow leak, but it was leaking pretty good here last week or whenever I saw it, but it seemed like it was coming up around there, so that's what I'm going with. But first, I think what I'm going to do, because I had to take the distributor out, everything off the top, I think I'm going to get it up to number 1. I mean, I could just mark it where it's at, but I'm just going to take it up to number 1 and, you know, mark it and just take it out there. And as long as it's not rotated, it should go back in where it was. So, guess I'll get ready to do that. And then I guess I'll drain the water that's in it. Water / coolant. Probably more water by now, but I'll drain that just to get it all down out of the engine. Then I'll start tearing into it. I'll work on this when I can here in the evenings, because I got plenty on the go here. That's another one. Another video also currently working on. So, alrighty, I'm gonna get to figuring this out here. Alright, well, I was gonna hook this guy up down there, my newest toy. You know, the old solo switch, or whatever you want to call it. Everybody's got a name for it. I'm trying to make up my own here, so bear with me on that one. So, I guess solo switch is all I got so far. But, it's a bitch to get on that terminal down there. Assuming I'm getting on the right one. I think I know which one to get on. Well, the one that the ignition works. I can't get on it. It almost arced things down there trying, so I'm not even gonna bother on this. So I'll show you another trick on what I was gonna do. And that is, I took one of the sections from my compression tester, put on here because it's got the same air fitting on it. Hook air line up to it. When I come around here to hit the key, I can just put my finger over the end of the air line and we'll know when number 1's up. So we'll give her a shot here and see what happens. Just bump it. There it is. Should be at number 1, because I was just gonna remote switch from right here and just keep my finger over or whatever, but you know, about like I just put my hand over the whole camera there. But so I guess I'll take this off here now. Get a screwdriver or something, feel in there. Yeah, because that screws right in the spark plug hole. It's got this, damn it. I suck with camera, sorry. It's got this air fitting, just like the air compressor. So, hopefully that's at number 1. Should be. That or it's on the wrong stroke. Or wherever it's at, that's where I'm going to mark it. So, I got tools scattered everywhere. 50 things going on at one time. So, bear with me. But, you know, that wouldn't be normal if everything was working out and cleaned up. The way I see it, ain't getting nothing done doing that. Okay, so camera stopped on me there, like I was saying. It wouldn't be normal to be all organized. See if I can feel the piston here. Yeah, I think I do. Usually you can feel the piston through the top of the piston through the spark plug hole here. Feels like I'm on it. So, I guess the next step is to drain this coolant system. It's still got water in it. Coolant, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely got a leak up there. You can see the coolant pooling in there somewhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do all these upper gaskets. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where the drain is on this damn thing. Over here on this side. Drain that out as much as possible. If not, I'll take it off down here too. I'm not in no rush tonight. I got a late start, so I may only get these couple things done, but I don't know yet. We'll see how froggy I feel. So I'll come back to you after I start getting that rolling. Okay, so while that's working on draining, I'm sure there's more than that needs to come out, but that do its thing, and then I'll try the lower hose probably. While that's doing that, take his distributor cap off. I usually take about a 7mm, but this one is different. I remember messing with this before and it being a pain in the ass. It's smaller than, yeah, it's smaller than a 1/4 inch too. Let's see what we got. Because I put this new distributor in here the last time before I had the channel going. Alright, so these are Phillips too, plus have a hex. For the life of me, I can't figure out the socket size. This one's already kind of loose. Well, that one is too. That might explain any stumbles or misses in it. Who did that? Probably me. Must have worked on it before. Yep, I know it did. Dumb thing to say, because I know I did. But hey, we all make mistakes. But that ain't the issue we're here to fix, so just remember to tighten that up when I'm done. How long are these screws? Couldn't we just spring loaded like the HEIs? Okay. YouTube like seeing stroll. Hey, yep, it's at number 1. Show. That's where she should be. I don't know why I'm doing this. I mean, it's clearly at number 1, but I don't know if that part turns or not. I'll mark it anyway. Probably pointless. I don't know. That all should line back up when I put it back together, though. That's all I know. So, alright, well, where was I? Got them wires off out of the way. Pulled the lower rad hose. Barely anything came out. So. I mean, there's probably more coolant in that engine, but I was just trying to get it lower, so hopefully it all settles down and not sitting up in the intake, and I don't have to worry about water getting down in the lifter valley there or anything. If it does, I'll just tell Dad to get some oil and filter, and I'll change that too. But leave that distributor in there for now. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Like I said, I got a late start. I'm just not feeling it. I mean, I got lights I could hook up and stuff, but I'm gonna take my time and do this right. Not too much time. Giving myself a time frame here, but it's a Monday. All's good. I can hopefully have it done by Friday, maybe not, if not before. But we'll shoot for Friday. So we'll continue this tomorrow evening. So I'll come back then. Hey, what's up? Joe here. Back on this thing next day, Tuesday. So left off, drained the water, got the distributor cap off, and wires. Guess we'll start tearing into the top of this thing, get all this harness unhooked from these sensors and stuff up here and the distributor, and then any throttle linkage. There's gas lines going to the TBI. Upper radiator hose. Yeah, so all that, get all that crap out of the way. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, might as well start with these wires going to the distributor. What else? Wire to the map sensor, or plug, I mean. Yeah. Little snap lock broke. Oh well, it still stays in there. Yeah, get the vacuum line off there. Pretty much every connection up here. This, what is that? The throttle position sensor. Might as well get the IEC unhooked too while we're here. Ouch. This all will lay off to the side and it'll all go back in place where it came from pretty much. Most of it has its own plug, so shouldn't be able to get them confused too much. The what's this EGR solenoid thing here? You know, fuel injection and emissions nonsense. That vacuum line from that. Get that unhooked from the spark control or whatever it is. Got a couple grounds and stuff down here. Guess I got the ejector plugs too. Temperature switch, temp sensor switch, that unhooked. Get that ground down there, get that later. This unhooked. Vacuum lines galore. Don't break, don't break. All right. What else? Boring you yet? Anyway. Okay, so we got that stupid thing there. Hopefully I can get that without any issue. Sometimes they break. Take off this booster hose for now. This should pull out of here. Well, I'll get that out then. What else? PCV hose, that just run that down here for now. Always put that on later. What do I got? Got that holding that coolant line. I take that out. Probably set you up to time lapse while I do this. I pretty much explained everything I gotta do. If there's anything I didn't, I'll come back and explain it to you. So, yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I got a majority of that stuff unhooked. Starting to get down to the nitty gritty of things that are bolted down here. Got that coolant hose line off there for the heater hose. Gotta get the fuel lines and a distributor. And then all this other stuff will come off when I take the bolts out of the intake. So these grounds here are connected to the intake bolts and the water neck bolts. So after I get those few things and the distributor out, it should come up out of there. Well, I mean, I had to pry it off some, but I accidentally broke that trying to pull it out. Broke a small vacuum line. That can simply be fixed. That, I mean, it can be fixed, but it's more work than I was anticipating, but that happens. So hopefully it's just something I can rig or replace easy. So Alright, before I take any of these bolts the rest of the way out and everything, I'm going to get the shop vac, suck up all this debris and dirt, old acorns and brittle pieces of wire, loom everywhere. That way none of that falls down in, or as little as possible. We're about there, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then we'll get it off her. Alright, had to blow it off there some more. Too much debris. I can see evidence of leaking back along here. At least I think that's what it is. It's kind of rusty looking. So that's probably some of it. So we'll see if this thing will come up off there. Might be on there a little bit. Got all the bolts. Could be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. I thought there was bolts over there. Gotta get them too. So let's go ahead and get them too and come back. Okay, I got those two bolts out. I couldn't see them. They were covered up with grease and dirt. Thought it had some over there. See if this will come up now. All there. She ready to come up off there. Smart guy would have a place to put this already. I've never been accused of that. Get this crap out of the way. And then we'll just put it there. That's nice. Let's get water down in it. Guess that means an oil change is going to happen. Well, got it off there. Looks like there's a little residue around the edges here, these corners. Usually where they leak, down in here. So, go ahead and clean this up. take the shop vac, suck up some of that coolant that dripped down in there. Gonna need an oil change probably now. So, a little sludgy in here. She's pretty tired probably, but just keeps putting along. I didn't have a lot of oil changes, but it's had a few since it's been in my family, so. So yeah, got a whole bunch of cleanup here. Get these old gaskets and stuff off. And I probably won't film any of that because cleanup's boring. So, and I think I got to get some stuff to do that. So I'll be back when I make some headway. Alright, well, it's next day here. Peeled off these gaskets. I still got more stuff stuck on there to get off. But some of this, I don't know. I'm thinking it's a pretty good chance it's where they were leaking. Coolant passage here, you can see where the little gasket material stuck to it. Kind of rusty looking there and deteriorated. Same with this area here. And I mean, I boogered these up trying to get them off, so that's how brittle they were. Like, this part just came off. It's the upper part. That's probably why they broke so easy. Because they were just leaking there anyway. So, I gotta clean this up. The surface, clean up the intake. Probably clean the top of it too a little bit. And got this old shirt in here to catch any debris. It might not catch it all, but I'll go through here with the shop vac again before I put it back together. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I gotta clean some stuff off. I don't know if I'll film this part or not, but hit it with a wire brush, maybe a 2-inch scuff wheel or something. Whatever it takes, you know, all that boring stuff. So bring it back around after I'm done doing all that. Alright, hey, what's up? It is now Thursday afternoon. Around 4 o'clock, maybe? A little after? I don't know. So yesterday we spent, if you're with me, prepping and getting things ready, cleaning up stuff. I did clean up the intake. I did that off camera though. I may come back in here with the vacuum cleaner again. Shop vac. I can't remember if I hit it like I said I was going to. But I mean, other than that, I think we're damn near ready to start putting this back together. get the gasket kit out here, see what all's in it. I know it had those little block offs. I know in past stuff, I never used it, but I can't remember what they said that was for. Little piece of tin, basically. See if I can find the old gasket here. Probably not. Probably covered up with junk. In fact, I might even remove that part. Ah, there's one. This little thing. Can't remember what the purpose is of that. Had to look it up. But so yeah, gotta do that. Let's get ready to put this back together. Make sure I know what bolts go where. I believe I do. I'm still trying to figure out that thing. Put that in there. I mean, I think I can make it work. I just gotta find a piece of hose that'll fit. Hopefully I got something. Hate to go buy something over that little bit or nothing. You know, all it is for blow by or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the shop vac and suck this out one more time, and I guess get ready to start putting the gaskets on there and stuff. So, I thought of one thing. I want to change out that gasket. So I'll do that first. Then I'll get to doing that other stuff. So I'll be back. Okay, so I cleaned up surfaces there. I did get the, where's it at? There. The water neck gasket put on the intake. Cleaned up surfaces. I sprayed the back side of the gaskets with some contact spray adhesive or whatever you want to call it. You know, 3M or any of these kinds. I think they even got a brush on just to put in place here. Got a couple bolts kind of holding them up. Because without it, it just wanted to slide down. And I want these to stay in place. I want to go put the silicone on the ends of the China walls there. So, letting that set up a little bit, and then we'll get in here and start putting that on. so I figured I'd update you there. Alright, we should be good there now. Took these bolts out. Alright, now gonna put a bead of, where's he at? Right stuff silicone here. You can see it. Gasket maker. Put a bead of silicone along here and along here. Good 1/4 inch bead. So when we put it on there and start taking it down, it smushes out.
It's easier with the damn aerosol or the caulking gun version. But this is what Dad got. A little extra there.
Yeah, I noticed this kit didn't come with them, but usually they give you these stupid rubber ones, rubber gaskets that go on here, and they always smush out. I never use them. Well, we got that. Not the prettiest job, but it should work. Oh, and the new gaskets, I didn't have to worry about those little tin things. They already come with that blocked off like that. so it wasn't optional. Oh, I put it on the wrong way. Hopefully it smooshes out there more after I tighten it up. It's smooshing out in the back and back front. Start getting some bolts started here. Now the rear ports and the front ports, I believe they're just they're coolant ports, so I'll probably put some thread sealing on them bolts just so they don't leak. Come on now. Come on. Where's this one at? This one back here, I want to put thread sealing on that one. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look at this. Alright, it's on there. I went over again there with the ratchet and wrench and ratchet and stuff. Make sure they're tight. I did smear some silicone across the front there between the china wall and the manifold, because it didn't gush out there quite as much as I liked it to, but I mean, I'm sure it's probably sealed up because I put enough on there. I didn't get a good look at the back, but I think it's squished out better. Yeah, you can kind of see it down there, so I mean, I think it's going to be sealed up, but I just wanted to make sure. So I'll let this sit here a little bit, and I'm probably going to just start putting it all back together. Might just time lapse that because it's just the reverse of the tear down, just putting all this crap back on. So do that, figure that thing out and whatnot. So that's what I'll do. Also, if you stuck around this long, thanks for the support, views, subscriptions. I'm trying here. It's hard. It ain't easy. not giving up. This will be a long road for this channel gets real successful, or where I'd like it to be. Especially lately, I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, but it's just been a slump in views and stuff, even in shorts some, so. I wish I had more things to post as far as shorts and whatnot. But anyhow, thank y'all, like, share, subscribe. Damn, I'm looking scruffy. Anyway, I get off task there, but thanks for watching, supporting me. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. I don't know. Apparently that comment and stuff really helps out with the algorithm, so do that. I don't care. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me anything, just whatever, comment. So, alright, so I'm gonna get back to it here. Hey, what's up? Joe here. A few days later here, kind of been busy. Yesterday I couldn't work on this. Would have been a better day because it wasn't raining. Friday it was raining that evening. I only got a couple things to do. I gotta put the distributor cap and wires back on. I already closed up the petcock on the radiator and put all the hoses back on. Don't exactly remember where I left off, but I'm pretty sure I was doing a bunch of stuff off camera. So, still gotta button these few things up. Did get Dad to drop off oil and filter and some coolant. Because, I mean, we needed the coolant, but I wanted to change oil since, some debris and some of that leftover coolant that was in the passages might have fell down in there some. So, I'm gonna do that. Probably just change that off camera. I mean, it's just like doing any other oil change. So, probably just come back when I'm ready to start it up. After I have everything all filled up and back together, and I guess we'll see what she does. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're gonna do. So, all right, back to it. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, one of the ends pulled off the plug wire and was still stuck on the spark plug on the number 6 in the back passenger side there. So I was gonna go ahead and try to put it back on. I got it off there, off the plug. Just looked like I needed crimp tighter, but as I got to looking around, the boot on said plug was screwed, as you can tell. I don't know if it was from heat or what. I'm thinking it might have been, because even this kind of looked a little, got a little hot maybe. I don't know. He probably had a miss because of this. So luckily I still had the old set, I guess, from the last time I worked on it under the hood. And I just found the same spark plug wire and put that one back on, so that's what I had to do. I did that Friday evening. I didn't do a whole lot that evening, so I took care of that. That breather thing, I think, that goes into the valve cover and all that stuff. But all right, I'm gonna get back to this. All right, I just got done braving the rain, changing that oil and filter, filling it up with coolant, hooking the battery back up. I think everything's hooked up. From what I can remember. I mean, I guess I'll find out if it isn't. So, leaving that off for now. Damn this weather. Guess we'll see what it does. Hopefully the timing ain't out or the firing order ain't screwed up. Shouldn't be. See what she does. She's acting a little funny. I had to check the firing order, I guess. Maybe the timing. Let me give it a shot here. It's hard to film when it's raining like this and trying to do that. So I'll come back after I do a little stuff here. So I did get this thing running better. Just turned the distributor. But I think we got a bigger problem. Water trickling down there. Yeah, I think I gotta investigate a bigger problem. I was trying to get it to do this stuff before I started the job, but it didn't want to leak then. So I'm betting we got a freeze plug or something going on there. So, you know, something that requires more work. So I'm gonna get to investigating that. I can kind of see the area where it's coming from, but I gotta get the wheel out of the way. So I'll do that here directly. So that sucks. I swear it's like the forces that be don't want me working on my fun projects. I might get to my truck one day. So I'll be back. Hey, what's up, guys? It's next evening. I had some things to tend to, so I couldn't mess with this any longer yesterday. I think the leak, from what I could possibly tell, hopefully it's all it is, even though it's still a pain to mess with. I think it's this heater hose fitting that I had trouble with before. I think that's what might have been leaking the whole time, because there was some residual coolant around there after I found that leak, and it was leaking towards the back. So I'm thinking this is probably the whole problem altogether, and didn't realize it because it did not want to leak prior to working on it, so I couldn't spot it. So I got another one. Hopefully I got the right one. Well, this is the part number that came up on AutoZone.com. This is the app. You know, it matched the part number and everything back there in the Dorman section. Now I'm looking at it, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it'll work. It's kind of the same. Just doesn't have a big slot in the side of it. But I think it could work. The worst I can do is try it. That's the part that came up, so thinking it still might work. So So I doubt I'll film that, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to change that because it's a pain in the ass to get to, let alone film. So I think you get the point. It's got the little snap clip. You push them in, you can pull that hose out. Then you can just take a big wrench and turn that out of there. So I'll be back after I do that. So, well, I don't think that new one will work on this line. I don't know, there's some differences. Probably the wrong one. And I ran into another problem. I went to take the old one out. Well, she snapped. She's cast. So now I gotta work on getting that out. So, guess I'll be back when I figure something out. Hopefully I can do it without taking the intake back off. Talk about pissed off. Take a breather and keep moving on. That's all you can do. I walk away from it. So I'll be back when I figure something out. All right, hey, what's up? So another evening again. After I snapped that off, I called it a night. Brainstormed what I could do. Hopefully my plan works. I sprayed a PB blaster around that and cleaned around the excess there with some carbon choke cleaner and then wiped it off. Let it air dry a little bit. I went out and bought a set of these at Harbor Freight. I think I paid around 35 to 40, somewhere in there for that. I mean, it's the whole set, not just that one, but it's the Icon set they have. So what I'm gonna try to put some heat to this. That's why I wiped it off and let some of that residual carbon choke cleaner and penetrating oil dry off there. Hopefully I can put some heat on this without burning the truck down. So I don't know if this will work. I'll try to film it, but I don't know. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully I can get that out because I don't want to take this intake all the way back off to take care of that. And then I got to see if I can make the other replacement fitting work, because everything I look up comes up with that one. So it's got to work somehow. Unless I just suck at connecting it, but so that's what I'm gonna do. I know I say that all the time too. I'm not well versed, people. I am a blue collar guy who does not speak sophisticated. So anyway, I'm gonna get to it.
Not sticky at all.
Alright, I ain't doing that too much. Hopefully that was enough. It would. Well, excuse me, I ain't having much luck there, so I'm gonna try to figure this out off camera, I guess. I was hoping I'd look like a hero right there, but that's not. Alright, I'll let you know when I figure something out. Alright, I'm done playing. Hopefully I don't mess more up doing this. What I'm gonna do is, if you can see it, I'm going to take this Aaron body saw with the little sawzall blade on it, and I'm going to try to cut notches in at least maybe 4 places. Hopefully this just kind of falls apart and I can get it out of there. Hopefully I can cut it without cutting into threads. Easy outs and things like that, they weren't working. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm gonna mess with it off camera here. I ain't gonna bore you to death with me struggling. Unless I fast motion it, but I don't know. I'm not sure what's gonna work. Alright, I think I got it to budge. Finally, with a little more cuts and hitting out with a big screwdriver and hammer. See what I can do here. Try to drop half a dozen things. Thought it did. Might have to chisel it all the way out, I don't know. Oh shit. Got this stuck again. Feel free to tell me how dumb I am.
Where that thing goes. Just need to turn. I'm trying to do it that way. Was it wishful thinking?
Alright, well, finally got it out of there in pieces. Hopefully I didn't booger up the threads too much. Got into them a little bit there, but hopefully it seals up. Gonna take a shop vac or something and suck some stuff out of there. A little bit of debris. I mean, not that it, I don't know if it would hurt anything. Clogged heater core maybe, but yep. So might just put a bunch of thread sealing on it before I put that in. First I gotta make it work on this line, make sure it's the right one. That's what the part number keeps coming up as, that one, that new piece. So I'll be back when I'm putting it in. Hey, welcome back to Procrastination Station. I mean, Average Joe's Garage. Yes, this is taking longer than it's needed to, but it's been a busy couple weeks here, and I work on things when I can. So I really only got to button a few things up here, tie the plug wires and some other things up here so they're more secure. My last scene, I can't remember if I filmed it, but I did have it started up again after I got everything together. I didn't run it real long, so I don't know. I didn't run it under pressure, so hopefully it don't leak, because it didn't leak then. Plus I may hook up the timing right here and check the timing. I don't know if I'll film that or not, because just because I'm not well versed in all that timing and degree speak. I don't even know what it's supposed to be right off the top of my head. I just usually line up the lines and play it by ear, and it usually works out. When I say lines, I mean like the marks on the crank and the timing tab. So, I mean, a Chevy is just that easy to me. So, then you got them sticklers that are like, oh, it's got to be timed just right. I mean, sure, but in a pinch, you yank on that distributor either way until it sounds about right. You can get at least close. So, I mean, I can go over that in more detail in another video, but anyway, that's what I gotta do. Top a few things here and make sure this is still topped off, which I think it might be. Gotta secure that heater line back there again, because there's a screw that holds it in place. Come on, open. Oh yeah, we still got some coolant in there. So I'm gonna get to doing those few things, and I'll come back to you. Let you know what I make out or whatever. So I'll just be glad to get this done. So I'll be back. All right, well, I was gonna time it in there, but I'm just gonna go with it's in time good enough for now. I'll just tweak it more by ear, because out of the 3 timing guns I have, not a one wants to work. And the one over there, I bought that new a few years ago and barely used it. This one was the trusty one, but it won't even come on now. I don't know what the hell's going on. So we're just going to say the timing's good, because it does sound pretty good. So I'm just going to let it sit here and run, and I get up to temperature and stuff and see if it leaks. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, I'm not going to let you sit here and watch it idle forever, but I'll check back periodically. So I'm gonna let her sit here a while. The radiator's topped off. So let her run and see what she does. Oh, I did get, custom zip tie spark plug holders made. A few other things there. So, do use battery cable all tied up there, which I can't remember if I said I did or not, but it was touching the bottom part was touching the exhaust manifold. It was already burnt some. I don't know how this thing didn't short out. But yeah, I think I got everything tied up, out of the way. Just let it run here a little while, see what happens. Alright, well, it's up to temperature. I buttoned a few more things up here. I ain't found no leaks yet. So I think I'm gonna take her out for a spin here around the block, see what it does. And then I'll check back with you then. Alright, well, I took it out. Everything seems legit, no leaks. Run's about like usual, not a little better. Probably sound a lot better once he gets that exhaust fixed. That I ain't doing. because that's just going to be a big job. Yes, this took way longer than it should have. I'm aware. It's kind of like that, like those memes you see where it says half-hour job turns into a 3-day job or some shit. It's kind of like that, and let alone my limited time of working on things. A few times I just had to walk away from it, think about how to solve a problem. Had some unforeseen things happen there. And we probably, I mean, it's good that we did. They still could have been leaking, but we probably could have got it. We probably wouldn't have had to do the intake gaskets, but it's got them now. Because before that other thing back there, that heater hose connector, it wasn't leaking. It wouldn't leak. I couldn't get this thing to leak at all before I started working on it. And I didn't see that back there before when I checked it down at Dad's, because it was just coolant everywhere. So, and I know these engines are prone for coolant leaks near the front of the intake. So I figured just cover all the bases, and then I did that and then found that other leak, and sure enough, it must just not have had enough coolant in it at the time when I was trying it before. So anyway, it runs good. I guess I'm considering this job done on this one again. Until, you know, I'm sure I'll be back for something else sometime. Or he might tell me to keep it longer to do other stuff. I'm not sure, but I think he wants it back. So I think he thought something was up with the brakes again, but they seem fine to me. I think he's one of them people that's overly paranoid about stuff, worries too much. So then again, my standards are kind of down there, but anyhow, that's where we're at on this one. I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, like I said, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Another video wrapped up. Spend the next week or whatever when I got free time trying to edit all of it. Been trying to keep them shorter. It's kind of impossible, but I guess I've done an okay job lately, but I ain't released a lot of videos, I'm aware. I know some of y'all, the few of you that comment say, oh, it's alright, no problem, but I don't think some of y'all understand how this YouTube thing works. I'm still learning it, but you gotta be consistent, have good content. I'm trying to have decent content. It could be better, and yes, I could have took you along for that test drive, but I'll save that for more fun projects, and hopefully those, you know, revive some old relic from way back when, and things like that are more fun to test drive. Things have been sitting for decades. So it's just an old 4.3 OBS Chevy. Plus I was just in a hurry to get this done. It's kind of been frustrating me. So, but anyhow, it runs, drives. He can put it back in service for whatever he's got to do down there. So this is Average Joe signing off on another one. Thanks for watching. You know, do the thing down there. Subscribe, like, comment. Don't have to, but if you want to, you can. The more y'all do that, the better things get here on this channel. The more I can do, the more exposure we get. If you're really into my stuff, I know I'm just some backyard mechanic guy. Well, I'm not a mechanic. I'm my own mechanic. I don't do it for a living. I tried for a little bit there, but I mean, I could do it. It's hard to get into a good place. And I don't like dealing with customers, so certain people maybe, but I'm just not about that life. I'm hands-on, get her done. So I'll do it for fun for you guys on YouTube and myself. So anyway, I'm rambling, signing off now. So, and I can't tell if I'm making eye contact. It's hard to do. I don't know. I'm trying to look into the camera, I guess, but maybe it's better when you got a better camera. I don't know, but I know I'm talking to somebody off to the side, but anyway, like I said, I'm rambling. I'm gonna get off here. Thanks again. More to come. Alrighty, peace out.